Howdy, y'all. Howdy, y'all. We'll try this again. It's good to see you all. Timers beware. Thank you for being here. I really am honored to hear you. Good to see you here. Cut that off so I can quit talking to myself. Anyway, um, we'll wait for a couple more people to show up here. Um, I've had somebody the other day, and just so that y'all know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were asking me some pretty good questions. So why should I listen to your videos? Why should I look at what you're asking me to see? Hello, U-Haul. It's good to see you, buddy. Anyway, they ask me, why should I watch the videos that you're recommending if you want me to see something that you're trying to get across? My background, I've seen things that I can never talk about. I grew up around some very famous people, some very big names. I mean, I was getting piggyback rides when I was 5 years old from a man who later became president. I've known very powerful people in my lifetime. I've done some wondrous things as well with my life, but I'm not here to talk about my own accolades. I'm talking about where I come from and how I intend to try and tell you what I know without me just coming right out and telling you. I mean, I could come right out and tell you about it. Hello, Jen. It's good to see you. Anyway, just to come right out and tell you about it without any receipts, you're not going to believe anything I have to say anyway. So why don't I let somebody else that's already in the business, established, that's going against the grain, to show you where the trap is, where the chains are, where the bars to the cage. Hold on just a second here. Sparky wants to get into the conversation. My little dog is, and my next door neighbor's dog is going off. Anyway, back to where I was at. I I've been in the news business. I've already said things like this. But as a teenager, I was adopted by a man who was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor in Korea. You won't find it on any database. Just like the name I gave Muckster, that I know he's not going to find it either because he don't want his name found. Neither did my father, the only man I'll call my dad. My adopted father was probably one of the most honorable men I've ever met. He knew 5 presidents. I've known 3 of them. I've known senators, governors, congressmen, judges, federal judges. As a matter of fact, I, whenever I'd come driving through Sacramento, California, I'd always make sure I stopped at supper time and had dinner at a roadhouse on the north end of town with a federal judge that I've known for a very long time. His wife went to school with a, um, a late girlfriend, someone I lived with for a very long time, very dear friend who's been gone for many years. Anyway, I have connections that I can't give up, but I see the writing on the wall for a lot of things. There's one of my subscribers. She comes in here from time to time. She's not here tonight, but I've made predictions. I've known her for a little over 10 years. I've made predictions on what's going to happen a week, 2 weeks before something happens, and been almost correct, almost dead on correct. Because, not because I know things that other people don't know, I can read the writing on the wall because I know the people involved. I mean, I had a cousin who was Chief Judge Advocate General for the Navy for many years. If you go back through your archives, that's okay, Daisy May. Thank you for being here. Stone Vet needs all the support he can get, I think. Anyway, if you go back through the archives and look at the news conference that they had after 9/11 at the Pentagon, and the Pentagon was giving their own news briefing. This is after all the fires were out and everything like that. There's a tall 3-star admiral standing back in the back. Looks like he should be a movie star. That's my cousin. He's a relative. He was also one of my commanding officers when I served in the Navy. I saw things in the Navy I can never talk about. I've had things happen to me that I can never talk about because of where I come from and the people I've been connected to. I've known movie producers, studio executives, owners of the studio, the CEOs. One of my friends just passed recently. His name was Ted Turner. He used to have his private phone number. Whenever I needed his help, all I had to do was pick up the phone. Okay, I get it, Daisy. Thank you. Anyway, I've known movie stars, I've known recording artists, big stars. Another example, I'm related to some. That's just it, Daisy May. I'm going to try and tell you a little bit of the things that I've seen without stepping on any toes. Like I started this out with, Daisy May, I wanted you to, hello, Spirit. It's good to see you, Spirit in the sky. Not to be excuse my being facetious, but not to be a horse's ass here, but I've owned horses in my day. And the last horse I owned, his name was Spirit. AJ's Spirit. He was a good horse, not to be a horse's ass. Anyway, back to the story. The things I've seen in my life, I can't talk about. So I need to find a way to show you what you need to see. Because unfortunately, most of us, including myself, including myself, we're all products of the indoctrination process known as public schools. I was just grateful that I had a mother and an adopted father that were willing to teach me how to think for myself, to look past the smoke screens, because they knew what was going on behind the curtain. I was shown, I was given an opportunity at a young age to see behind that curtain and how to open that curtain and to see the little man pulling the strings. And there are people out there pulling the strings. You think our president or our Congress is in charge? No, they're not. Yeah, if I vote this way or if I vote that way, it'll make a difference. If we can get everybody to vote this way or we can vote that way, it'll make a difference. No, it won't. That's why I keep bringing up money. Follow the money. The money is the key to all of it. Look at where our US dollar is. It's losing value daily. The reason it's losing value is somebody decided to start a war in the Strait of Hormuz. I'm like, exactly, Daisy May. They are just puppets. And I know how much of a puppet they are. It's the one that holds those purse strings. Who's holding the purse strings? There's about 300 families out there. 300 families. I was working on that when, yeah, corporations and lobbies, but there's big money involved. It's a big club. And the only way you can get in that club, see, I had an opportunity to join that club. I almost became partners with the man who founded Oracle. Yeah, I could have been this or that. I could have been a shark in the water. I've had my taste of blood. I've seen enough violence. I don't need to be greedy too. The point I'm making is why should you listen to what I have to tell you? I've lost my whole audience. Why should you listen to what I have to tell you? What I have to tell you comes from experience. I can't come right out and point my fingers at any one thing. I mean, let's just give you an example. 3 years ago, at the Davos conference, I had another relative who was one of the speakers at that conference. To be a speaker, let alone be at that conference. And yes, he was a very powerful person as well. I'm not going to use his name. I'm not going to drop anybody's name. I already have a few big names that I can be affiliated with permissions, but I'm not going to give anything up anymore. Why? Because I'm a liar. I can't prove it. I shouldn't have to prove my innocence. This is America, right? You have to prove that I'm not telling you the truth. I would like y'all to believe that I am being honest with you because honesty is all I know. I'm too simple-minded to be lying to anybody because the lie is too hard to remember, and this is too damaged. I want y'all to understand that the news stories I bring to you is just a tip of it. It's all a big spider web. I mean, you pull on this one and over here, and then over here there's another reaction from some clear across the side of the world. I love you too, Integrity News. It's good to see you, bud. But it all comes together. Who pays for the price? We do. We're all slaves to the system. Like Rockefeller said, he would rather have good workers than free thinkers. We're not programmed to find the answers ourselves. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring you a chance to dig a little deeper to find those answers for yourself. I know what's going on in our world. I can't do anything but say, hey, you want to watch this. Watch what's going on with banking, precious metals. It's all going bonkers. The US dollar, like I said, is connected to oil. the petrodollar. All over the world, you can't sell or buy oil without the US dollar being a part of it. It was an agreement back in the 70s when OPEC decided that they were going to embargo the US and not give us any oil, not sell us any oil. I think it was in 1973. I was 15 years old. I remember it very well. Exactly. That was the next one. Watch the bond market. The bond market is the US debt. It's who's holding that US Treasury bond. Japan dumped a whole bunch on the open market just last week, which devalues our dollar even more. It's our US debt. That US debt is directly connected to everything that goes on. As an example, look what's going on with Venezuela. Our government went in there, took just right under everybody's nose, took Maduro out of office, placed a puppet president in office, tried to talk the oil companies into going back to Venezuela. Venezuela would still own 95 to 97% of it. It'd be too expensive for any oil company, US or foreign company, to go in and pump and refine that oil or even just ship it raw. The point I'm making here is all of these dots are connected. You pull one string, you watch this string over here pull. Our world is a lot more complicated than most people want to believe. Guys, I've had my rant. I'm having trouble keeping people here and interested in what I have to say. But the point is I've seen these things because I've known these people. I've known senators, I've known congressmen, I've known governors, mayors, city mayors, council people. On good terms with these people. I've known well-known journalists. I've known movie stars. I've been involved in the movie industry and the music industry most of my life. I mean, I was doing bit stunts when I was a teenager. I can't tell you what movies you've seen. I've been in a few. I've even had actors play me in a few movies. I'm not going to name those movies. Thing is it's not about me. It's about the people involved with that. You're involved with that guy? Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for very, very, very much. I'm going to try and start posting things in my community tab. Have a great week. I will see you again on Thursday. Please take care of yourself. Be kind to everyone.